The Indian-Israeli bilateral job scheme designed to fill a labor shortage in Israel's construction sector is running into serious challenges. Indian workers recruited under the scheme are returning home due to mismatches in the skills and assigned jobs in Israel. Here's a deep dive by the Indian Express into this issue. A 39-year-old worker from Bihar, Mrityunjay Shrivastava, passed a skill test in shuttering and was selected for a construction job in Israel. Despite the ongoing Gaza war, he flew to Israel in May this year, lured by the prospect of earning between 1.5 to 2 lakh rupees. However, once at the construction site in Ashkelon, Shrivastava found himself doing unrelated tasks like welding, tilling, and even sweeping. Communication was a major issue as his Chinese supervisor couldn't understand his problems. Shrivastava worked for just 12 days, had no work for 18 days, and eventually returned to India after an altercation with his supervisor. The Indian Embassy in Tel Aviv helped Shrivastava return home. His case is not isolated. According to the Indian Express, Shrivastava is among around 500 Indian workers who have already come back due to skill mismatches in their jobs. The Indian Express reported that the bilateral job scheme was launched to address Israel's construction labor shortage after the country banned Palestinian workers. The scheme aimed to plug this gap with Indian workers. However, glaring gaps in the assessment and selection process have emerged, leading to skill mismatches. Israeli construction executives and Indian manpower agencies pointed out that the scheme has started to unravel due to over-promises made to workers, leading to disappointment on both sides. Workers have been returning home as they struggle with jobs that do not match their skill set. In interviews to the Indian Express, some Israeli construction companies suggest that the scheme needs a course correction. They recommend following the Sri Lankan model of providing workers with additional training in their specific skills for a couple of weeks before departure. Indian manpower agencies, meanwhile, propose sending foremen and supervisors along with the workers to ensure better communication and efficiency at job sites. These measures could prevent the kind of distress calls that the Indian Embassy has been receiving from workers in Israel. Despite the current problems, Israel has approached India for another round of recruitment, looking to hire 10,000 more Indian construction workers. According to the National Skill Development Corporation, that is the NSDC, Israeli assessors will visit Maharashtra soon to carry out skill tests as part of the next recruitment drive. The Indian Express reported that Israel has set new requirements for future recruits. These include ensuring workers are over 25 years of age, have prior construction experience abroad, and undergo 1 or 2 months of pre-departure training to match Israel's working standards. However, challenges remain. While about 500 to 600 workers have returned to India, Israeli officials do not consider this to be a major problem. According to Igal Slovic, the CEO of Israel Builders Association, that is the IBA, around 10,000 to 12,000 Indian workers have already arrived in Israel. He suggests that India should implement pre-departure training as Sri Lanka did to better prepare workers for the demands of Israel's construction agency. Yet, as the Indian Express found during a visit to Delhi's Dynamic Staffing Services office, the dream of working in Israel remains strong among Indian workers. Despite the issues, many are still eager to fly to Tel Aviv, attracted by the promise of higher salaries. For instance, 28-year-old Ashutosh Kumar Gupta from Delhi is ready to depart. Although he admits that the expenses for paperwork and tickets are high, the salary being offered in Israel is much more than he earned in Saudi Arabia. Gupta hopes to earn more than 1.5 lakh rupees in Tel Aviv. The scheme to send Indian workers to Israel faces challenges, but efforts are underway to improve the situation. Both sides are working on solutions, including more training and better supervision to ensure smoother integration of workers in Israel's construction sector.